Hello. One of these days, I'll get the hang of all of this and it'll be amazing. There's nobody here. My intention with this live is to talk about the 222 gateway or portal that is about to happening. Is about to happening. Is about to happen. Yes, thank you. I'll wait for some people to get here. I don't know where you guys are, but it is so beautiful here today. I don't know if you can see the sunlight streaming in, but it was almost too gorgeous to stop walking. But I did it for you. Okay, there's one person here. This is way, way, way different than Facebook Live. I could be waiting forever. I should give an apartment tour or something. Maybe I'll start and I'll talk to myself and I'll see what comes out. These videos are essentially me talking to myself anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and start, maybe, and see. There's one person there. Well, we're going to try this and see what happens and see if people will watch a live after it's live, because I'm not sure about that. So I want to talk about the 222 gateway and how it pertains to us. I'm going to start by saying that the day before Valentine's Day, I ordered exactly how I wanted my Valentine's Day to be. And the biggest reason I did this is historically Valentine's Day have not been good days for me. So I decided to change that on the 13th. So I placed my order with the universe exactly how I wanted my day to go. And I wanted my day to go like this: blue skies, beautiful, clear, resilient sunshine, happy conversations, amazing gifts, and divine synchronicity. So I should have known what was going to happen. But I laid down and went to sleep at like 9 o'clock at night. And then I woke up 3 hours later, I think it was. And I had all these numbers running through my head. And these numbers were keeping me from going to sleep. And I don't want to share too much about the numerical sequence of what I learned. But I will say this. When I ordered a Valentine's Day of divine synchronicity, I was not expecting this. And this little game started with my higher self saying, go to the front of the alphabet and count 7 letters in and circle it. Now go to the very back end of the alphabet and count 7 letters into that and circle that. And it only got crazier from there. And then I'm like, what the hell time is it? Because I know I'd been in bed for hours and hours. And I look at the clock and it's 12:01. So when I ordered divine synchronicity for Valentine's Day, boy, did I get it. So I had number sequences and messages running through my brain until 2 o'clock in the morning. And again, it's extremely personal what I got, but I'll give you a quick glimpse of this. That's all I'm going to give you. And this synchronicity was an entire page full of numerical sequences about what I have chosen for this lifetime and some of my chosen interaction with other people. I was writing this all down at 8 o'clock in the morning when Synchronicity Bank called me. And I don't want to say anything else other than that, or it'll give away some of the information. But the person who called me from the bank, same name, same last name, and same initials that are on my paper of the whole page of synchronistic mathematical encodements, which I had chosen for myself before I came in here, all the way down to my life path number and all kinds of other things. And then I was given a long list of things to look up on the gematria calculator. And I was blown away by the stuff written on this piece of paper. Now, you know, because I've been experiencing so many things with the higher dimensions for so long, that my tendency is to write everything down. Because if I didn't, I probably would have checked myself in somewhere a long time ago, not realizing a lot of times when we're accessing universal knowledge or our internal Akashic record, it can really make us feel like we're absolutely losing our mind. And we are, because we have to lose our mind to get into the heart space so that we can be in true alignment with what it is we have chosen. Now, this paper blew my mind, and the reason why it is now sitting on my dining room table and staying there is because it proves to me, mathematically, without a shadow of a doubt, all the visions, all the dreams, and all the synchronicities I have had since the middle of September last year. And I really did think I was making this up, and I went back and forth because I know, like you, that we do create our reality. We manifest everything by our spoken word, and that is how it comes into manifestation for us. But when I looked at what higher self gave me, the amount of numerical sequences about what I had chosen before I came in here, that went way beyond anything I have ever experienced in my life. And it made me feel like all of these visions and all these extrasensory perceptions and all these monumental relationships and all these monumental things I've gone through just in the last 5 or 6 months are all on this piece of paper. Now, humans are holographic geometric beings with an internal motherboard. So our avatar is a computer system, and we are a programmer. We can program with our heart, we can program with our brain, we can program using both the heart and the brain in balance, which is always what I recommend, even though I follow my heart and usually disregard most logic. And the reason I do that is because I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if I was basing my life, my choices on logic. There's no doubt about it. So again, the human body is a holographic geometric being with an internal motherboard. What we program within us manifests without us. And I thought and felt that all of this stuff that I've been experiencing for the last 6 months was just my manifestation that had not yet come completely to physical fruition. However, in looking at this paper, I see that the entire plan was coded numerically, and that I have a part in it with my free will, but there's nothing that I'm doing wrong. There is many trip switches within us that are inviting these changes into our life. So the focus now is on discovery within the self, within the Akashic record of the self, within the programming of what we chose. The main thing that was so important to me about this is, if I didn't believe before that there was an extremely benevolent, planning, life altering shift that was happening now, I cannot deny this. This is everything that I've had a vision about for the last 4 months, but this is actually mathematical proof that everything that I've been feeling but not seeing has a code and has a time. It's incredibly important to really delve into self-trust. And in the last year of my life, at least, I've been digging very, very deeply into my self-trust. The universal language of math is coded into the choices we made before we came in here. You know, sometimes we say, I'm going to meet that person again, or I'm geographically going to live in this place, or choosing our family, all of it. I really believe we have a lot of choice in a lot of these things. But when I looked at that piece of paper and all those messages and all those numerical trip switches, I knew there was something blew on the floor right when I said that. I knew there was more than just me manifesting here. There's no way I could have planned what was on that paper in my current state of manifestation ability. So I or we either planned it in a previous lifetime, an initial lifetime, or something, or there is something way more magnificent going on in the universe than I could have ever dreamed of. And believe me, I already know that the universe is magnificent. So that was very mind-blowing for me. Just that, all that information. And the fact that I turned on the light and I'm like, what the hell time is it? And it had just turned 12:01. So it was officially Valentine's Day when the longest synchronistic mathematical equation of my life came to me, exactly as I ordered. Now, the plan you made for yourself, or that we made for ourselves as a group, as a couple, as an individual, this particular lifetime at the end of this 26,000 year cycle, the plan we made for ourselves is coming to fruition right now. So this lifetime right now is coded with the universal mathematical algorithms of what we planned. And I'm guessing it's initially, I do have some recollection of being a light being and sending myself across the Andromedan Bridge and welcoming myself to Earth. I must have been trying to pump myself up for what I knew was about to happen. But our DNA has numerical trip switches built in for it for certain things that we chose. And that's a lot of times why we feel things before they get here, or like I keep talking about, things in the higher dimensions or outer dimensions trickling down from those dimensions into the 3D physical reality. It's absolutely amazing. And when I look at the math on this piece of paper here, I realize that everything that I've been going through for the last couple months is part of the plan that I made. So I leave this piece of paper out so that I can relax, because I already know what's coming. And my God, is it beautiful. It's just everything about this plan is beautiful. And again, I know it's not, I finally know, because again, I was struggling with what am I doing wrong in my manifestation. But when I wrote all this down, that is when I realized for the very first time that this is way beyond anything I could have been working on manifesting in just the last couple months. It's just way beyond that. So within the DNA, within the genome, and something about the 24 pairs of genome, which in numerology equals a 6, that 24th genome is turning on all kinds of abilities. Now, lots of us came in with a lot of incredible ability already, and it's strengthening those abilities, and it's supercharging or amping up those templates. So what's going on with the numerical trip switch within the DNA is that people, places, and things we have decided to put into our bodies, holographic geometric computer system prior to coming here, and they are being activated, switched on, turned on, and coming in like you could not believe. I talked about in my last video how everything that everybody's manifesting on this planet is all coming to fruition at once. That's you, that's me, that's us, that's also the government, that's also the cabal, that's also the medical establishment. It's all of it. Everybody's manifestations are coming to fruition at the same time. But some of those manifestations have more strength and more validity because they are based in love and not based in fear or some third dimensional energetic component that is now being pushed out by this higher frequency. So when we have everybody's creations being manifested at one time in one timeline, there is no need to worry if you are creating out of love and joy and your soul's bliss. That's what you want to do, because someone else or another group or half the planet planning against a people is not going to matter unless their manifestation is also grounded in love and joy and harmony. Their plan for that, their manifestation for certain things on a worldly scale will never be able to manifest up against love, harmony, and unity. It just vibrationally and mathematically is impossible for that to happen. And that's really, really important for us to know, because it's imperative to stay aligned with source. It's imperative for us to stay in a positive vibration. And it's imperative for us to just stay in a positive state, both mentally and spiritually and physically, by moving your body, by drinking water, by doing all these things we've been talking about for a really long time. It's never been more pertinent to stay focused on what you want to create in the world and not what you don't want to see. So with these trip switches going off, we've got people, places, and things showing up in numerical sequence. I started just within the last 6 months looking at what day of the week and what day of the month I met people, and how that ties into synchronicity. And even looking at that, you guys, there were parts and pieces of that that were absolutely just mind-blowing to me. Now, the thing is, these people, places, and things all have free will. But that goes back to what I've been talking about being in soul alignment with yourself. Because if you numerically chose something in your life to happen for you that you've always wanted or that you pre-planned, those people, places, and things have free will, so they don't have to happen. But if you've planned it and it's coming in to you now because of your pre-plan, and you are disengaging from the plan you yourself made, if you are disengaging from the life path that you chose for yourself, that code is not going to stop. That trip switch is not going to go in the other direction. This is much bigger than what we are manifesting right now as a being of singularity on this planet. Again, I'll talk about what we chose from the beginning, from the inception of this, the original plan that has caused us to come back here, chosen to come back here multitudes and multitudes of time, were all for this. They were all for what is happening right now. And again, those people, places, and things can play with this or not play with what they had chosen before they ever stepped foot on this planet for the first time. Or they can, again, disengage or ignore it. But when you have something systemically being tripped in your body, when your DNA is systemically being turned on by dates, by astrological alignments, by all this energy, and these things are all working together. Our plan, our numerological plan that we made originally, is playing with the energy. Our numerological plan that we made is playing with the energy of dates and things that are set up universally in a cyclical, or like the way of the calendar. So we have people play, we have astrological events that are in play. And then we also have a number sequence code of the universe. Now, this is something that just started coming to me on Valentine's Day. I've been getting numbers and synchronicities and stuff for like that for a long time. This goes way beyond that. What I'm talking about goes way beyond that. And so we're really asked to be focused on our discovery, because let's say I chose at age 51 to take a certain job, and I'm offered that job and I really want to, but for some reason I don't follow that original plan. I have free will. That's my free will. I can do that. But what will happen is I will put stress on my body. I will put stress on my mental state. I will put stress on my ascension process. By choosing these things as they come up for us energetically or numerically as we originally chose, we are inviting peace and harmony and codified information from our Akashic record and the universe to open up to us simultaneously. Now, this is the reason that I've been having an easier time with some of this stuff than other people, is for the most part, I allow it. Sometimes I get emotional. Sometimes I make judgments. Sometimes I don't do or say the best things. Sometimes I'm not the best friend. Sometimes I get triggered and I don't respond in the best way. But for the most part, I am listening to my guidance. I am allowing my soul and my heart to guide me, and not my bank account, not my subsequent interpersonal relationships with some dynamic, like family and friends dynamic that we chose in here. These things are all things that come into consideration. And when these triggers happen, we can all experience this kind of inner turmoil. But for the most part, if you're listening to your heart and you're listening to your soul and you're allowing these numerical trip switches and you're inviting with ease and grace these DNA upgrades, your life is going to flow like a synchronistic equation of pi. I'm telling you, this is just absolutely incredible. So again, we're asked to be focused on our inner self-discovery. That is where our numerical codes are coming out. That is where trip switches are being turned on. That's where DNA is repairing itself. We have a 222 portal, which in numerology equals a 6. We're at 222 for the year, which equals a 6. I was told on 222, we're getting a body upgrade, which is a number 6. So we have 6 for the day and the month. We have 6 for the year. We have 6 for the human body activation. We have 24 genomes that are getting activated. Things are being turned on in there that we have never, ever experienced before. It's why it's so important not to judge and so important to share. 24 pairs of genomes, also a 6. So we've got 6, 6, 6, 6. Now tell me that isn't going to trigger the heck out of our body, our mind, our heart, our soul, all of it. I can tell you that it is already, because the amount of synchronicities just in the last week have absolutely blow my mind. And also there is something about the photon belt speeding up mathematically, causing a universal numerical shift, and also a universal and numerical quickening. That means quickening in the endings and beginnings of your relationship. That means the quickening for the ending and beginning of new jobs. That means the quickening of and ending of new geographical locations, new missions, new people, new collaborations, new. This is all extremely new to us. And I am expecting this energy, after all of this information, to be pretty mind-blowing on the 22nd. I always hear it come in, so I will let you guys know in one way or another, probably come back to this video and let you know when that energy hits. It's already here. But I should have known it was coming today, because I'm always 2 days in advance. So no wonder now everything makes sense. But anyway, yeah, so I'm expecting that. I'm also expecting numerically and mathematically within the universe. So this is going to trigger things within our sun, within all the planets, within the other 7 total suns, within the star systems in general, within the central sun. Everything is going to be triggered. So I'm just giving you that warning right now that everything is going to be triggered, both internally for us and externally within the cosmos. There are going to be tons of numerical triggers as well. And I'm expecting that all of that coming into all of here after the solar stuff comes in and comes into here. I expect the energy is going to burst from us, back out from us within 48 hours. So the branch of people that receives these downloads and activations 2 days before they happen, like I do, you can expect on 222, between 222 and 224, I would say that there is going to be massive solar stuff going on. There's going to be massive energetic fluctuations. There's going to be massive amounts of different things going on in the ears. We're still at ear ringing, but that's kind of old hat or old news. A couple of days ago, with my hand on the pillow, my ear was actually internally was just doing like making like some kind of song on the right side, and I could hear it actually over Ancient Aliens. So I had to pause Ancient Aliens and be like, what is going on with my ears? So I expect a lot of energy. And again, 222 is a trigger in the universe. It is a trigger in us. It's going to be a trigger in the sun, the central sun, everything which is going to come to us. We're going to acclimate to it. We are going to trigger again, and that is going to trigger a solar event. That is what I know. And probably not much else. Thank you for the 3 people watching me. Much love and appreciation. And I think that's all. Again, I'll say it one more time because it's so hugely important. Humans are holographic, geometric beings with an internal motherboard. What we program within, we see without. Now, because we are geometric beings, when the frequency goes up, our energy reshapes like sand on the metal plate in semantics, okay? So we may look the same, but when this energy gets high, our holographic geometric pattern scrambles like the sand on the plate, okay? Until the energy subsides and we start to acclimate it, then it takes the form of a sacred geometry. The energy is high, it comes back in, we scatter, we feel really scattered. You will feel really, really out of your body every time and this is kind of hard to explain, but it's like the sand on the plate in semantics. Every time the energy gets really high, our sand scatters, or our body's energetic field scatters, and we feel dizzy and not together and have I eaten and what's going on in the world and where am I, what planet is this? All of that happens because our energetic frequency is scattered, and then it will come back and form a new pattern. And every time this energy gets higher and higher in frequency, our pattern geometrically changes within our body's energetic field. It becomes more complex. It becomes it just becomes more and more and more coated with complexity. It changes everything. And that's why I keep talking about it's so important if in your heart and in your soul you really want to do something or be somewhere, that you do it, that you take it. You have coded this in yourself. You have coded this yearning for people, places, and things in your life. Again, you have coded people, places, and things to happen in your life. And as long as you are following that love and following that joy and following that bliss, you will not believe how easy, how synchronistic, how loving, how unified, and how harmonic your life, your home, your friends, your family, everything will be. It's when we disengage or disregard what we have set up for ourselves numerically, mathematically, within our holographic geometric program. It's when we go against what we have chosen for ourselves, our life, and our mission, that we feel stagnant, that we feel out of conjunction with our heart space, and we feel out of conjunction. I don't know that that's the right word, but that's what's coming to me. Like, it's just junction, junction, what's your function? Reminds me of that song. But anyway, being in alignment makes everything easy and harmonic. That's the way we want to live life, beautifully, easily, harmonically. So I think realize if there is a yearning in your heart and there is a yearning in your soul, you are the one that put it there. Don't ignore your idea. This grand idea was yours. These people, places, and things that are coming to you were what you wanted, what your soul wanted. Forget about your bank account and what your family and friends and everybody else wants for you. What did you design for yourself? It's important to know that those feelings, and again, those inner yearnings, were you. Those are your creation. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Bye.